morning, everyone. This is Eva with Stitching in the Interleg. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so absolutely thrilled that you have taken the time out of your busy day to stop in and visit me. So as you can see, we are doing a stitch with me. I'm on Instagram, Stitching in the Interlake, Facebook, Stitching in the Interlake, email, Stitching in the Interlake, all one word, at gmail.com. Okay. So, yes, and if you like this video, please like and please subscribe and comment if you will, just to let me know who you are, if you're passing through, where you're from, any of those good things. So, yeah. So, yesterday that we started on this one, Treasure Time. Okay. So, I'm working on this one. And as you can see, I am I here? Am I here? Yeah, I'm here. Okay. So right now I'm working here. Now, someone had said that they couldn't hear me yesterday, and I'm sorry about that. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You know what that means? You know what that means? Just a second, people. Just a second. It's another one of those days. Jonah has to rule the roost here. Come on, mister. Yeah, come on, mister. Oh, oh, oh. There. Okay, I'm coming back. So today is the 16th of July, 2021. It is almost 9:45 in the morning here in beautiful, hazy Manitoba right now. We're supposed to reach a high of 33, I think. There is supposed to be a burning ban in effect. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be starting tomorrow or if it was starting today. And the reason why I'm saying that is my neighbor decided it was a good time to burn whatever in their burning barrel. And their burning barrel is behind my property to the next property. And oh, the smoke was just unbelievable how much smoke there was. I don't know what they were burning. But so then that meant that I needed to close my windows and my door, because I just cannot take that smoke. I kept thinking it was, from the forest fires or something, but I go there and I open up the door and it's just smoke all over the place, just billowing. And that's hard for people like me with asthma. And, yeah. I mean, we have garbage pickup. We have recycling pickup. I know that they have a kind of like where they build birdhouses and they have signs and stuff like that and do flower pots. So maybe it's excess wood. I don't know. But yeah, it's just hard on me. Just hard on me. So Before we were rudely interrupted by Sir Jonah of Wine, how is everybody doing today? Are you all doing okay? Is it going to be hot there? Yeah. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 25 degrees Celsius. Today, expect a high of 36 degrees. Happy Friday.
I stand corrected. It's going to be 36 today. I thought it was only going to be 33. Oh boy. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get the mail. Do I go before lunch? Do I go after? I'm not sure. So, yeah. So, do you remember yesterday we did, well, a week ago, I had this as a draw. Okay. And so I drew the name yesterday, and it was 1981 pheasant. Okay. So if you would please contact me, you can contact me on the Facebook group or at my Gmail, or even comment below where I can find you. Then in a week and a half, well, say 10 days, I will, which is about a week and a half, right? I will get this lovely kit off to you. Maybe it is that she's sick or on the road or something. So, yeah. So that's nice. So I am going to show you. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. Oh. I keep telling myself I'm going to clean this up, clean this up, clean this up. Oh. Okay, so next week I'm going to start this. And just to give you a heads up, in preparation, this will be given as a giveaway. So stay tuned for next Wednesday when I will give you the clue word for this. And I see Stitching with Laura. She started this. Laura, you beat me to it. You beat me to it there, girlfriend. And please call me this weekend. I'd love to hear from you. Miss my chats. And she was doing an awesome job. So it's nice to see a fellow stitcher doing the same thing. But I'm not starting it until next week. So I can't be doing a stitch along unless, of course, she picks it up next week. And then I can, pick it up then. So we'll see. So, yeah, not much else is happening. It's just quiet. Nothing much else. Oh, I was having a really good sleep. Then I had to get up to pee, and I didn't make it to the bathroom. Go figure, the day when I had to pee, I couldn't. And today, when I didn't want to pee, I did. I bet you some of you ladies know what we're talking about. It's not fun. Yeah, it is just not fun. And, no, I hope I got that right. Okay. Sometimes these threads, they'll split. And I'll only get one little tiny strand because I think they're made up of 3 small strands. I think so. Nope, I stand corrected. 2. And they're twilled together. But sometimes I only grab one little tiny strand. So, talked to my friend Juliet yesterday, and the other day she was talking to us or me and saying that she thought she had a bladder infection, and she went to the doctor's office yesterday, and sure enough, that's what she had. So she's on cephalexin, or kefalexin, as some say. And she should be feeling pretty good in a few days. So it's, but you know what? I don't think that's what I have. Now, like I said, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Totally wrong. And that maybe I have something going. I don't know. But, grab something to drink here. Last night, Lilybell was feeling off. She didn't want to drink, and it's so important to drink. And she didn't want to drink, and she didn't want to eat, and that. And so as soon as this video is done, I'm putting the fan on, or both fans on, and closing the front blinds totally, and going to make it really dark in here. So, oh, I don't know if any of you have this or know of this, but here in Manitoba, they are bringing out vaccine cards. Okay? And those vaccine cards you will have to show at places to get in to see things. And I don't know if I talked about this the other day, but anyway, forgive me if I did. The one place, now get this, the one place that you're going to have to show, and you're going to have to be fully vaccinated, okay, which is discrimination, okay, is the Museum of Human Rights. Yep, you heard that. The Museum of Human Rights that supports and explains and understands the human rights that every person deserves dignity and respect are now singling out only fully vaccinated people. And that is discrimination. You know, like it's just 100% discrimination. And I just so civil liberties here in Manitoba is starting to get complaints, and I think I'd like to complain. It's not that I go to these places, and it's the same with movie theaters. You have to show your card that you are fully vaccinated to be allowed into a movie theater. Now, I don't go to a movie theater. Okay? For one thing, I can't afford it, and to me, kind of like the time's wasted for me when I could be at home stitching and or doing other things, which is hardly ever likely. But yeah, like it's unbelievable. So I had a disagreement with a lady yesterday on our local board. And she said, "Oh, I, as a business owner, have that right to limit only fully vaccinated people." And I told her, I said, "You know what? Back in the, well, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and 60s, I guess, that there were signs all over the place that said white only." I don't know if many of you remember that. Or it would say white only bathroom. It didn't matter if it probably wasn't that any black people went in there to eat, but or black people to the rear of the bus. Do you remember Rosa Parks? Where she was put at the back of the bus. Well, she was told to go to the back of the bus, and she said no. And that began the civil rights movement. Well, it's the same thing. During the war, it was that it was like across Nazi Europe. Well, I guess before or just after the start of World War II, before the Jews were really rounded up, they had signed "No Jews Allowed." And like, oh my gosh. And this is where our provincial government is going. I know that I saw this morning that Premier Doug Ford from Ontario, he is saying that there is no mandate on vaccine cards. There's going to be no discrimination. And I think that Premier Brian Pallister of Manitoba, I hope that a group of people, and I will put my name down. I think I may just contact them today, that it's discrimination based on medical issues. Do you guys remember when it used to be that no government buildings, really no buildings at all, were wheelchair accessible? Do you remember that? I do. And now it is that government buildings must have wheelchair accessibility. And why is that? Because people in wheelchairs are just like everyone else. They deserve dignity and respect. It doesn't matter, you know. There used to be signs, and it was like no Indians allowed. Now, of course, they're called Indigenous peoples. But at the time, it was no Indians, or they may have even used Redskins back then, or Injuns, or whatever it is, some other derogatory term, right? So I don't see what the difference is between racial discrimination and discrimination based on medical history. And why is it anybody's business? You know, there are a lot of people who cannot take the vaccine. There are a lot of people who, there's an ingredient in there and they can't take it. Or it is they have a medical condition, they can't take it. Or they have, like in my case, a pretty big religious problem with taking it. And so then I argued with her. I said, well, then obviously you don't have a lot of faith in your vaccine. And I said, because if you had all this faith in your vaccine that it was going to protect you, then why are you worried about us minority people now who are unvaccinated? Why is that a concern of yours? Just know that you're vaccinated, right? And you have faith and belief that your vaccine is going to keep you safe, and that's going to be it. And the thing is that people who are fully vaccinated don't really understand is that you can still get COVID even though you're fully vaccinated. And sorry, when I pause like that, it's probably because I've got my needle in my mouth. I just find it faster. But they failed to understand that you can still get COVID. And also, COVID is not going to be gone from this planet. It is here to stay. This is a virus that is so ingrained in the populations. It's never going to be gone, right? I mean, animals can get it. Humans get it. And sure, they say that, oh, when you, that it will lessen your severity. But how do we know that for sure? We're not sure. We don't know what the long-term ramifications of this vaccine is, or this virus, right? I mean, are they going to do this every year or every 6 months, giving booster shots? I don't think they're going to do it because it would cost countries billions of dollars. And there are so many variants out there. And the more you vaccinate, the more that it will build, the virus will build resistance. And therefore, that's why all these variants are coming out. You know, viruses are smart, just like bacteria. You know, they will change and adapt to whatever situation is going on. That's why they will never cure the common cold. They will never get rid of COVID. It is here and here to stay. So just be mindful of that. And there's been a lot of people who go for their second dose and are so injured by their second dose that their lives are completely changed. And all those people who have had a second dose and have had complications have regretted ever taking the vaccine. And who's to say what's going to happen with the third or the fourth dose? What's going to happen with that? I don't know. But like I said the other day, if you want to take it, be my guest. Go right ahead. It's wonderful. I'm glad that you're happy that you've taken it and that you believe in it and everything. But it's okay. It's like me being vegan. Okay? I'm vegan. I don't eat any animal products of any kind. Any kind. Okay? So not fish, not poultry, not eggs, not dairy, anything, nothing with casein in there, nothing. But I don't begrudge other people for eating meat. Not at all. When the kids were small, I used to feed them meat. Yeah, I cooked up chicken and fish and beef and pork and whatever, you know. And I would do that. If they wanted to eat it, it's fine. Here you go. It's just something that I choose not to do. For me. You know, it's like the old adage, the old saying, if everybody jumps off a cliff, are you going to do it? You know, like everybody, it's like lemmings, right? They do a mass suicide when their numbers get to be too high. And so they all go and jump off a cliff. And they do this to sacrifice for others so that the population isn't overrun. Okay? So what I'm getting at is, perhaps that's the wrong analogy, but just because everybody else does something and you're raised differently, you believe differently, that doesn't make what you are doing wrong. Like every time that I say, yeah, I'm going to take it or I'm going to make an appointment or whatever, and it's like I just freeze up, my insides clamp, I become really nauseous. My anxiety level begins to go through the roof. And I just feel what taking it is the wrong thing to do for me. Okay? That's for me. Not for you, not for your family, not for anyone else, but for me. Okay? I can't speak for anybody else and what their reasons are for not taking it. That's their personal reasons. And I don't have to ask. I just accept, you know. And there are some of us well, quite a lot of us actually, who are heeding the call that God has put out for us not to take it. So there's no way that anyone will convince me to take it, just like there was no one who could convince you not to take it. So, but yeah. So I watched Stacy the 911 Stitcher this morning, and she had some freebies on there. Now I posted a link on Instagram, I believe. It's either Instagram or my Facebook page. And it was for these two patterns, but you had to sign into Microsoft or whatever the heck it is, and I couldn't remember what my password is, or even if I had a password or whatever. So it is up there. If you want to download it, go ahead. If someone can download it and you can send it to me or post the PDF on our Facebook group, that would be awesome. I would just really appreciate that. And if not, my world's not coming to an end. So I have a lot to stitch now. It's just like I really like those patterns. So, but yeah, and then I watched Jakob de Graaf and Dorothea from Historisch. My mouth is getting dry. Historische Stickmuster. My German's good. I just don't use it enough. And having a dry mouth doesn't help. So, what are we at? Okay. We're at 32 minutes. So, I guess that's it. I'll get off my soapbox again. I think you all know me by now, that I like to get up on my soapbox. So, all right, peeps. I guess I will see you tomorrow. And if 1981 Pheasant will get in touch with me, I will prepare this up and send you birdhouses and that. But I'm going for the mail. Hopefully, I've got something in the mail, some happy mail or something. But if not, I'm okay with it. And if I do, I'll show it tomorrow. All right. May you all have a good day. Lilybell and wherever Jonah is, and myself, out. Bye. God bless.